Crypto King is not a financial advisor.
You gon' learn today, you gon' learn today, you gon' learn today. Had to get it off, why not be the boss? Started in Tampa Bay. Life in the matrix will crumble you. Poverty struggle will humble you. Florida State, relocate, pack my bags and I moved to Colombia. Hola mujeres bonitas, they say that it's cheaper to keep her. That's why I learn more than you. Crypto, I'm learning you. Learn crypto TV is turning to. Please don't waste my time. Learn, yeah. Please don't waste my time.
Learn today.
Crypto TV. Please don't waste my time. Learn Crypto TV. Please don't waste my time. Learn today. Crypto TV.
Learn Crypto TV. What's happening today? Lovely day outside here in Bogota, and it actually feels pretty good. It's December and it's 70 degrees outside, man. 72 degrees. That's what I had to stop and turn my head at right there. That's what I was looking at. That's all the time here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's like a dime a dozen. You know, it's so frequent that it's like, it's nothing now. When you come here, if you come here and you move, you know what I'm saying, you'll walk through the street or whatever, and you'll see most beautiful women that you'll ever see in your life. Regular people. Because see, this neighborhood or the barrio that I live in is a regular neighborhood. So I see the regular Colombians. You know, I live with the regular people. You know, that's my preference because it makes the experiences that much more better for me, at least. So, you know, and then I get to learn as I go, you know, how to live like a Colombian. So right now, I am in Bogota, so I am the El Negro Rolo. That's what I am. Hola. Bien, y tú? Okay. So, yes, I'm the El Negro Rolo. When I'm in Medellin, El Negro Paisa. When I'm in any city on the coast, Cartagena, Barranquilla, Santa Marta, El Negro Costeño. And when I'm in Cali, you know, it's El Negro Caleño. Okay? That's how that go right there. So when you know, come down here and immerse yourself in the culture, you know, and then you get to learn those little small things. So every time somebody want to stop and talk to me, you know, especially if they're from Bogota, you know, or, you know, I mean, hell, it could be from anywhere. But if they just intrigued to want to listen to me, then check this out right here. Interesting. So, there's people out here being all festive and everything on the corner. Oh, this is a school. Oh, gracias. So you got the Grinch, oh, some demon or something. I don't know what all this is right here, but I don't know. I guess this person wanted some more FaceTime. And that is the Grinch. Gracias, chico. Oh, man. Anyway, back to what I was saying. You know, and you immerse yourself in the culture here. And, you know, and you learn these little things that can help you, you know, gain, I'm not going to say not no popularity, but gain, as an Americano, a bit more respect here with the people of the country. You know, the people out here are warm, welcoming, you know, they are nice, simple, you know, people, hey, you guys in America, you know, when people move slow, you know, yeah, it's labeled as CP time, you know, or color people time. That's what it stands for those who don't know listening to my show. But anyway, that's how the whole culture is in the entire country here. The whole culture, you know. So, man, I don't know. Why did I go on this tangent when this is a crypto channel, man? But, you know, it's a little bit of travel too and living abroad, because that's what I do, live abroad. And, you know, I would challenge anybody, like I always do, somewhere in my program, for you to live outside of the box that you got yourself in. Because, you know, it's a large world out here, man. It's a lot to explore, you know, and a lot to get involved in. Oh, man, that Pandaria look good. Smell good, too. Pandaria is a bakery, just so you know. Anyway, check this out right here. That fish up there look real good. Might have to swing back by here later or find it somewhere else. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, you get to explore different cultures in whatever country you decide to locate to or spend some time. Those of you who do remote work, like me, I would, if I were you, go to my HR department, right? And this is for remote people who work from home, or you could take your computer with you anywhere you go and fire up during your work hours. But what I would do is go to my HR department and I would ask them straight up, would you be able to work in an international space? Give them an example. For an example, if I wanted to go to somewhere in the Caribbean, Belize, or Aruba, would you be allowed to work, remote or international, in that case? The worst thing that they could tell you is no. That's all they could say. So, but it doesn't hurt to ask. And for those of who are who get us a favorable answer, then from there, you start planning on how you want to move around, where you want to go, what you want to do. See, South America's a bit different. I tell you this because I'm in the technology space. I'm a network engineer. That's what I do. And I can work anywhere in the world. I choose to come to South America because it's close to home, just in case, for whatever reason, an emergency come up, I can access my family quick or get to them quick. I try to keep an emergency plane ticket fund on the side for something like that if it occurs. It's not a whole lot of stuff that'll make me move that fast on an emergency level, but you still got a plan for worst case scenario. So, but anyhow, I also have I think I lost my train of thought telling y'all about the emergency fund. Anyway, it'll come back to me. We got all day. I'm out in the street, so we gotta have a conversation. Just random conversations. We're gonna talk about crypto. We're gonna talk about crypto. But just let y'all into a bit of my mind frame and how I think, how I got here. I've been I was planning for this for quite some time, way back in 2007, 8. So anyway, let me let y'all see what I'm looking at. I'm on my way to the Transmillennial as I'm taking public transportation, destination Central. Just picking up a few items today for Navidad. And yeah, so we'll see y'all on the next clip around.
Welcome, family, and thank you for tuning in to Learn Crypto TV. So today I want to talk to you about what are crypto smart contracts and how do they automate agreements. So we'll dive right in, straight to the information, but some of the takeaways you're going to get from this episode is going to be that smart contracts, what the digital contract and the automatically executed and predetermined conditions, how they work on the blockchain amongst, trustless transactions and traceable transactions that are transparent and irreversible. So let's just jump right into the information and get to it. Smart contracts are core elements of decentralized finance, or DeFi. They replace intermediaries in financial transactions where transactions are executed once conditions are met. Smart contracts took decentralization to the next level since users can automatically perform the approved contracts with total transparency.
All right, fam, so we back, made it to the side of town I was gonna get to. I got off the bus a little earlier just so I can be able to walk through the neighborhood, get some more exercise in, stuff like that. So, and y'all getting to enjoy the sights in another part of Bogota that y'all probably haven't seen. I don't remember showcasing this, and if I have, it's more than a year ago for sure. But anyway, you guys get to check that out and stuff. Might need to get me some sleeves, because I come over here on this side of town and it's a little bit more chilly than it was over there in my neighborhood. So yeah, but anyway, we back at it. So enjoy the sights. Hopefully you're learning something. Don't forget to like the content, share it with somebody. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Me some food to eat out of there. No necesito, amigo. No necesito. No necesito. And no tengo efectivo. Solo tarjeta. But yeah, man. That right there, you don't get that too much in Bogota. You know what I'm saying? But the respectable part about it is that he's just not begging. He's trying to sell some garbage bags. You know what I'm saying? But I already got a bunch of garbage bags in my house, and I don't want to give him no money. So, even though he's selling the garbage bags, there's 12 million people in here. I'm sure he'll be able to get rid of those garbage bags, you know what I'm saying, to somebody else. He only want to follow me because he hear me speaking English, so he know I'm a gringo, and that's where he figured that, he has no idea how long I've been here, so, and what I know. And that's imperative. Like I said earlier in the program, when you immerse yourself in culture, then you'll be able to know what to do in certain situations. I'm sorry, it's another pretty girl over there. So, walking the streets in Colombia, in whatever city, if you play sports, football particularly, it's hard. You keep your head on a swivel around here, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they're everywhere, literally. Every type, whatever you're looking for, you can find it. I can promise you that. But yeah, man. Anyhow, back to the sites, and when we come back, we'll talk some crypto. Yeah, the interesting random things that you see walking out here in the street, you know what I'm saying, with the people and stuff like that. You see them, they saying hello, they on their tall stilts and everything over there and stuff like that. So, and they'll do a little performance for you. Weird things you see walking the street in Bogota. Gracias. Just random stuff. You're walking down the street and you see random things, man. You know? Did y'all know that they sell Volvo, Mazda, Honda, Nissan, BMW, Mercedes? They sell all that here, man. So the same stuff you can get in America, you can get it here. But anyway, you know, I'm just strolling, man, because I'm not in no rush to do anything. So eventually I'll stop and get me something to eat because I haven't had any lunch today or breakfast. So I gotta do that. Do a little bit of shopping. Yo, later on tonight, might go to a bar, have me a couple beers. Who knows? We'll see. Let's go with the flow. Right now it's probably about, it is 3 o'clock. Yeah, 3 o'clock. So you won't see a whole lot of traffic, a lot of traffic for another hour and a half or so when everybody start getting off of work and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's how it goes. This is the flow around here. But anyway, back to the sights of the beautiful city of Bogota.
Here are some main features of smart contracts. They're self-executing. Smart contracts minimize human intervention significantly since they are self-enforceable. The logic-driven codes unlock value access when the predetermined conditions are fulfilled. They're self-verifying. Smart contracts can validate themselves when users follow the coded instructions. In case of a breach, they can penalize the offender according to the rules. For instance, a smart contract can cancel a pending loan if the borrower fails to lock up their collateral within the predetermined timeline. Immutable. Once a party cannot alter the agreed upon terms of the contract, minimizing corruption and partisan advantage to one party. The only way of editing smart contracts is by adding extra block to the current network with the mutual consent of all users. The history of smart contracts. Nick Szabo, an American computer expert, legal scholar, and cryptographer, was the first to introduce smart contracts in 1994. In his seminal essays, he offered a general definition of smart contracts as follows, quote, a computerized transaction protocol that executes the terms of a contract, end quote, which broad objectives to satisfy common contractual conditions, minimizing exceptions, both malicious and accidental, and to minimize the need for trusted intermediaries. Though a practical analogy of smart contracts is demonstrated in systems such as vending machines, blockchains establish the basis for digital, immutable, and permissionless contracts. The launch of Bitcoin network in 2009 presented possibly the first protocol smart contract, creating a set of conditions that must be met before the move of BTC across the wallets. The requirements include a Bitcoin sender confirming the transfer with the correct private key and holding adequate assets to fund the transaction.
Yeah, man, I told you walking down in the street and you see some interesting stuff out here, man. Got the guy right here, you know what I'm saying, using his hands, you know, and a puppet, like a puppet master to paint. You know what I'm saying? Then he got the jazz music. That's really what drew me over here, because I heard the jazz. That's my stuff. If y'all don't pay attention, you see the music on the background. You know what I mean? It's just mainly be jazz music. But yeah, man, that's what drew me over here. And then when I paid attention and actually saw what he was doing, I say, well, damn, I never seen nothing like that before, and you probably haven't either. You know what I mean? But anyway, I had to go over there and leave him a little 5,000 peso tip. You know what I'm saying? This is about maybe, I don't know, $1 and something. You know what I'm saying? But it's pretty good, man. So he earned it. I mean, yeah, hey, he earned it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just something unique. So, you know, but hell, leave him $1 tip, hey. Because right now, the peso is, you get 4,700 pesos to $1 US right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the exchange rate. So, you know, basically, he just got $1.30 from me. You know what I'm saying? And that, but that's, for 5,000 pesos here, is big. You know what I'm saying? He can actually have lunch with that. He got some other money, a little bit of money in there too. It's not a lot, but, you know, that's why I wanted to give him the 5,000. Because I saw it's just a bunch of change in there, you know what I'm saying, in a dos mil pesos. So, you know, anyway, that's what he chose to do for the day, to come out here and earn a living. But that's what I can respect about Colombians, man. You know what I'm saying? You have some that be out here begging, and even the ones that do beg, that's annoying, because they still have something in their hand trying to sell you something. Trash bags of fucking, hell, on my trip down here, when I was on the Transmillennial, you know what I'm saying? Ooh. On the Transmillennial. I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? That just be killing me when you walking down the street and you see stuff like that. Oh, man. Anyway, it was a dude on there. He had a whole rod in his leg, man. Like he broke his, I don't know what you call that bone in your thigh, the thigh part of your leg. It's the femur, I want to say, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, he broke that. He had a rod in it. And he was on there selling, you know, selling hair condiments, I guess. I don't know the term for that shit. But anyway, I saw that, you know, and now I got my little bit of hair. Now, you know what I'm saying, I needed a little rubber band, so I bought that for him. You know, he was only selling them for 2,000 pesos, but I gave him whole 10,000 pesos because I saw the struggle, man. You know what I'm saying? And he probably, what's the chances of him selling all of that in a week? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's what I was saying. I can respect the Colombian people simply because they get out here and grind. I see women on the corner with their children in their arm, selling water on the corner, you know, kid in the stroller, or they might be carrying the baby, you know what I mean, up to the cars or whatever, man. So, oh yeah. So, you know, that's the difference. That's the difference between what you see in Colombia.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Oh, you speak English, huh?
Where for you canal?
¿Cómo?
¿Cuál es tu canal de YouTube?
Oh, yes. Oh, mi channel. Learn Crypto, Aprende Crypto Televisión. So Learn Crypto TV. Hold on, man. I got a young lady over here. Hold on. Maybe I can put you on. Okay. So, ¿cómo se llama?
Daniel.
Daniel? Mi hermano en Estados Unidos nombre es Daniel también. See, so you heard me speaking and you wanted to know my YouTube channel, huh? Do you know about, I got a question for you. Do you know about cryptomonedas? Bitcoin? No? How old are you? ¿Cuántos años tienes?
11.
11? Oh, 11. Okay. So, ¿de dónde eres? ¿Tú eres Rolina?
De Colombia.
Colombia. ¿Pero qué ciudad eres?
Bogotá.
Bogotá? Ok. Sí, ¿en es tu familia, hermana y papá? Ah, ok. So, vamos, hablamos con tu papá. Sí. Hola. I'm doing well. So everybody here speaks English, huh? So. So, and your name? Salva. And your name? Charlie. I'm Carlos. Con gusto. See, so my channel is Learn Crypto TV. Since Danielle asked me on YouTube, it's about cryptomonedas. ¿Tú conoces, tú sabes Bitcoin?
No, pero sí conozco.
Conozco un poco.
Sí.
Ok. Porque en futuro, todo monedas por el mundo es Bitcoin o criptomonedas. Sí, es importante. Es por eso yo tengo un channel en YouTube por criptomonedas. And yes, I like to teach people about the fundamentals so they'll know more, you know. So, but yeah, that was interesting.
¿Cómo operar en Bitcoin?
Bitcoin. Bancolombia, Banco de Bogotá tienes una, ¿cómo se dice? A platform for so you can buy Bitcoin. Or tú conoces Binance.
Sí.
Binance, and tú tienes una cuenta de Binance, Bitcoin allí. Sí. So there's a lot of ways you can buy crypto. So you just have to research. But anyway, I give you my YouTube channel. You guys can check it out, and you can learn English more, because I do a lot of speaking in English. Okay? All right.
Nos entendemos con el dinero, nos entiende.
Sí. Gracias por tu tiempo. See what I'm talking about, man? You never know who paying attention to you and who watching you. I'm sitting up here talking to y'all about, you know, how Colombians are. I think I told y'all earlier in the show that the Colombians, they're welcoming people, they're nice, you know what I'm saying, attentive, you know, they help you out. So the young lady Danielle, 11 years old, I guess she the one who heard me talking. So, you know, people who are learning English, they'll try to take the time when they run into a native English speaker to try to practice their English. Much like myself, learning Spanish, they'll take their time with me to help me understand and learn Spanish. You know, my biggest problem was, you know, putting sentence construction. You know what I mean? Using the right verbs when in the right tense, you know, to use them. You know, but the longer I live here, the better off I get. Good God, man. See? Hey, I'm gonna have to turn this camera around so y'all can see what I'm looking at, man. This is crazy, man. But anyway, that was my problem, you know. But in tiempo, yo tengo el idioma por fluencia, you know. And yeah, let me let y'all, gosh, and that little girl look good too. You know what I'm saying? She gotta be about maybe 23 or 24. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Let me go ahead and let me let y'all get back to the view.
The Bitcoin network then advanced to support another smart contract type in 2012, a multi-sig transaction. This transaction requests a certain number of users to sign the transaction with their private keys to validate it. The technique solidifies the security of the user's assets by preventing a single point of failure like a hacked or lost private key. Developers started actively experimenting in subsequent years and introduced the new operation codes or opcodes. Nevertheless, the next major smart contract milestone came with the publication of Ethereum's white paper in 2013. Ethereum developers deployed a new blockchain for programmable smart contracts 2 years later. Instead of acting exclusively as one smart contract use case or providing limited opcodes, the new chain presented a world computer, Ethereum Virtual Machine, or EVM, which could simultaneously operate multiple sovereign smart contracts. So how does a smart contract work? Smart contract functions by following basic if, when, then statements encoded into a blockchain. A decentralized network of computers performs transaction requests when predetermined terms have been fulfilled and confirmed. The request could be sending assets to a designed wallet, minting an NFT, sending alerts, or distributing an event ticket. Validators can then include the transaction in the blockchain when the action is finalized. This means that the action cannot be reversed or corrupted. Smart contract can contain as many provisions as possible to ensure participants that the activity will be finalized appropriately. To create the terms, the users must clarify how many transactions and related information and denote it on the network, consent to the if, when, and then commands that regulate the transactions, probe all likely omissions, and devise a mechanism for resolving disagreements. Anyone can build a smart contract and run it on a blockchain to perform these various roles, such as an individual yield aggregator that automatically moves assets to the best yielding decentralized application, or DApp. But blockchain as a service companies also offer templates, website interfaces, and other essential tools to simplify smart contract creation. Smart contracts often involve several independent participants who may be anonymous and only sometimes trust each other. This contract specifies precisely how participants interact, who can interact with the contract, and at what time, and what inputs produce what outputs. The product is a multifaceted digital agreement that involves the current probabilistic state to the new deterministic state. Advantages of smart contracts. Smart contracts can automate the contract lifecycle and digitize operations. Here are some of the primary benefits of the smart contracts. Transparency. The terms and conditions of a smart contract is accessible to all parties, and the smart contracts are based on the blockchain. They ensure the immutability of the data while providing all parties access to records in the event of any confusion or disagreement. Autonomy and savings. Smart contracts do not require centralized authority, third parties, or to validate them. Hence, they remove the risk of corruption and human errors prevalent in custodians. Furthermore, the elimination of third parties from the equation also reduces costs and streamlines the process. Speed.
All right, fam. So, man, I'm walking down the street in Central, man, and I ran into, because you don't never know what you're gonna find when you out here looking. So I ran into Buddy right here. He got a whole ground full of shoes, piso full of zapatos. You know what I'm saying? And he had a couple over here that caught my eye as I was walking around. So these right here, you know what I'm saying? And they actually not even knockoff. They not even knockoff, yo. They the real Nike. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what they call them, but you know what I'm saying? I already done purchased them. 100 mil. So I basically paid, what? $40? Almost $40 for these shoes, man. $38 or something like that. Yeah, you can't beat that, man. Y'all ain't got these in the United States. Not this kind. I'm gonna be the only one walking around with this flavor. But my shoes, I like shoes, and I like shoes that's different. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's a pair of Adidas over there that I saw that I like too, but he didn't have my size. And these meant for me to have them because they just randomly happen to have my size. You know what I'm saying? Randomly happen to have my size 11. And I'll tell you this, y'all that travel, well, those of whom who travel, y'all know when you come to Latin American countries, man, it's kind of hard to find, you know what I'm saying, your size and stuff. As far as shoes is concerned, when you big, because the people here are not big at all, they kind of little, you know what I'm saying? So that right there in itself, the fact that I was able to find my size in this, where he had my size in this shoe. So he had my size in the shoe, and I was like, all right. But anyway, I'll show y'all him. This is who sold me the shoes right here. You know what I'm saying? That's what they look like right there. ¿Cómo se llama? Herman, gracias por tu servicio, por zapatos. Me encanta mucho. Okay. Gracias. And that's what he got going on right there on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I looked at the shoes and checked them out before I gave my money. But at the end of the day, it's only $40 or $38. It's only $38 at the end of the day. But the Adidas that I like are right here. These are a unique pair of Adidas right here. That's the first shoe that caught my eye. And then when I looked over and I saw the Nikes that I just bought. a random band walking down the street, you know what I'm saying, playing tunes, and you got the tall monster down, or whatever that figure is, you know what I mean, that's on the stilts back there and stuff like that, man. Hey, random stuff you see walking the streets in Bogota, man. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? But it's a pretty good experience, man. That's why I tell you, you got to get outside the box, bro. You got to get outside that box, man. You know what I'm saying? You stay in there, you'll never be able to explore and see what's out there. You know what I mean? It's not, the world is not just Tampa, Florida. You know, that's my home city. Or Cincinnati, Ohio. Or Los Angeles, California. Or Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Long Island, all the boroughs in New York. The world is not just those places. Miami, Florida, New Orleans, Houston, Atlanta, Milwaukee, Chicago, Portland, Seattle, Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? There's none of these places, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out. Shout out to Mississippi, my home state, where my family from, Greenville, the Delta. Shout out to the family out there. So I'm still out here walking, man. You know, I haven't yet to mention anything crypto. I am paying attention. But you hear on the voiceovers, y'all hear what's going on that. So, you know, you can learn that way. What are we talking about? Smart contracts and how they work? Hey, man, you know, smart contracts. That's what the world is going to. So I'm kind of veering off the path right here because I'm finna go in some of these shops over here in Centro. I'm really trying to find a technology place because I got to get me another Amazon Fire Stick. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go veer off and do that. In the meantime, I am going to continue to let y'all see what my eyes seeing. And hopefully you're enjoying this, man. Again, remember to hit that like button, comment, and share it with somebody, you know? But anyway, back to the regularly scheduled program.
Smart contracts embrace automation through computer protocols, removing the need for intermediaries and saving many hours of manual work needed to draft a contract manually. Accuracy. The smart contracts eliminate manual input from the equation and automate processes. They minimize the occurrence of human errors in documents. Limitations of smart contracts. Though there are numerous reasons that the use of smart contracts, there are a few concerns that you should be aware of, such as immutability. Once a smart contract is executed, there is no way to undo the transaction. While changes can be made from the code, it will only apply to future transactions. This is why smart contract auditing is important, as the auditor will be checking for several vulnerability and other potential issues instead of
Now, out of all of that stuff, man, out of all those cars sitting up there, he didn't have a Cadillac up there. That's my favorite kind of car, just so y'all know. Over the course of my lifetime, I've had 6 of them. You know what I'm saying? I probably won't ever buy another one, simply because they don't have Cadillac down here in South America, and I don't need a car down here. So, you know, it's highly unlikely that I have a Cadillac. And if I do want one, I will have to have it bought brand new in the United States with 0 mileage on it, and then have to pay for it to have it shipped here. You know what I'm saying? And I would probably literally be the only person in the country of Colombia with a Cadillac if that was to occur. You know what I'm saying? So, but, you know, like I said, I don't really need no car, so I'm not pressed for it. But I've had 6 of them. Cadillac CTS 2009, Cadillac CTS 2007. I had a Cadillac Catera 2000. It was a German-built car. It was a piece of shit. But mine didn't ruin me. I just saw a lot of them on the side of the road and not being used, you know, in junkyards and stuff like that. But mine, when I had it, it never gave me a problem. What else? My first Cadillac was what my dad gave it to me. 86 Fleetwood. Y'all know in the 80s, you know what I'm saying, in the 70s, them long boat Cadillacs. That's what I had, you know what I'm saying? 86 Fleetwood. Then I had a 1995 DeVille, and I had a 1993 DeVille. So that's all 6 of them right there. 86 Fleetwood, 93 DeVille, 95 DeVille, 2000 Catera, 2007 CTS, and the 2009 CTS. I had all of those Cadillacs, man. You know, I enjoyed it, had a good run with them, you know, but right now, the way that I see things, it's a waste of money. You know what I'm saying? It's an absolute waste of money. So there's no reason for me to have no car, luxury car like that. And then, you know, from what I understand, the gas prices are crazy over there. I mean, they went down, you know, but, you know, they fluctuate in price. So, you know, it might be a problem. You know, it may be 2 months, who knows? But why would I want to continue to deal with a gas problem? Why? When I can use public transportation, Uber, InDriver, and the damn motos out here. Shit, I can go buy me a motorcycle right now if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? They selling them for as low as $500 a motorcycle. They got the electric ones too. So, you know, I can get what it, if I wanted, I can get it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, there's no need for it. So, but anyway, yeah, let me get back to trying to locate this technology shop so I can get this Fire Stick.
Testing in production. In flexibility, smart contracts, as they are objective and will execute once conditions are met. The traditional contracts may include phrases such as good faith or reasonable to establish room for flexibility, such as terminology. Such terminology is necessary when showing relational agreement instead of a transactional one. Confidentiality challenges. While smart contracts offer transparency by having all information recorded on the blockchain, this also means that anyone can access the information, and most users will prefer to keep their transaction details private. For example, after interacting with a smart contract, your wallet address can be traced and your entire transaction history may be exposed. Smart contracts and decentralized applications. A DApp is an open source software application that runs on a blockchain or peer-to-peer network. While DApps resemble regular applications, they work differently as they operate on a decentralized protocol without the involvement of any centralized entities. The bridge the gap between the Web 2 and Web 3. A smart contract is built on chain as a component of the decentralized applications. The smart contracts are self-enforcing computer programs that automatically execute transactions when they agree upon terms are fulfilled, as stated earlier. Decentralized applications leverage smart contracts as their back-end, authorizing transfers.
Yeah, family, so you see, I'm down here in Central now, you know, where all the, I guess the commerce going on, you know, and the people walking slow, no sense of direction, none of that shit. So, but anyway, yeah, home of the knockoff, man. And they got some good ass knockoffs out here too. You know what I'm saying? So you can get away with something, you know, and stuff. But you can find damn near anything you looking for. You can find it right down here. And I'm talking about any damn thing. Think of something, you can find it here. So right now, shit. See, let me show you. They got the knockoff Dion's, the old Dion's. They knocked off down here. You know what I'm saying? See, y'all ain't seen these knockoff Dion's in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Or seen no Dion's in a minute, but they certainly knock off. Ah, okay. Yeah, the lady showing me another color. Pero tú no tienes mi taller, amor. 45. Es muy, yeah, exacto. Es muy duro por mí, muy duro.
Ya tendría que no almacenes de cadena.
Ah, ok. O centro comercial. Sí.
Por eso, almacenes de cadena.
Sí. Gracias, amor.
Vale,
Ok.
Links to the blockchain. Smart contracts are key to decentralized applications as they run on logic coded in every contract without any central authority. In conclusion, smart contracts are integral parts of the DeFi space as they form the core building blocks for decentralized applications. They have the potential to improve transparency, speed, and accuracy of transactions without needing to rely on third parties. However, while their immutability ensures transparency, that also means that there is no way to undo once the transaction has been executed. If you are using smart contracts for transactions, consider using crypto exchange platforms or a secondary wallet to avoid doxing your crypto balance and transaction history.
All right, family, so I think I done showed y'all around here enough today. I'm about to go ahead and cut this short because the sun going down. it's a lot of moving parts out here in these streets, and I gotta pay attention. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you out here and a lot of people and you in a different country, man, I'm saying you just gotta pay attention to your surroundings. That's a part of that's survival skills. So you know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know, hopefully again, like always, y'all learn something. We was talking about smart contracts. I know I didn't talk about a whole bunch of crypto on my little trek here. You know, y'all seen some interesting stuff in the street. It's just a regular, typical day here in Bogota, man. But I'm glad y'all was able to tune in with me. I'm standing in line at the ATM. I gotta get some cash. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'll check y'all out on the next episode. Most likely it's gonna be coming from Cartagena. You know what I'm saying? Most likely. So I'm gonna check y'all out from there. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll get back at y'all on the next episode. All right, man. Oh yeah, one more thing, man. I dropped the information about Theta. You know, and when I start doing lives, that's kind of how I'm gonna be running my lives, is showing y'all different projects and what y'all can invest in, what your money will look like with that investment based off of whatever amount of money you get able to put in there. So I'm gonna help y'all out with some of the with some form of research when I do my lives. And you know, now I drop like 10-minute clips, you know what I'm saying, 8-minute clips about those projects, like I did with the one in Theta. It came out today, actually. But by the time y'all see this, it'll be what? Friday, it's 2 days ago, you know what I'm saying, that it came out on the YouTube. So check it out. Let me know what y'all think. You know, remember, like, subscribe, and share the content. You know, leave your comments down in the comment area, and I'll do the best that I can to get back with you in a fair amount of time with answer question. But anyway, man, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. And yeah, man, we'll check y'all out on the next episode. I'm too busy looking at everything that's walking by here in the streets, women and all, you know. But anyway, man, all right, we'll see y'all on the next episode. Ciao.
You're gonna learn today.